asks, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this crazy cycle? Because she keeps saying all these things and I just can't deal with it. He keeps doing all these things to me and I just can't deal with this. How do I do this? Well, listen, you will unconditionally love your wife, even when she doesn't respect you. It starts with you. Wives, you unconditionally respect your husband. And that one's a hard one because we like the unconditional love. We talk about unconditional love all the time. But in the same way that you want him to unconditionally love you, because honestly, you're not always lovable, all right? But just the same way that you want him to be unconditionally loving, you need to be unconditionally respect and say, I'm going to respect him. I'm going to treat him with respect, even when he's unrespectable. And listen what happens. When you start respecting him and respecting him and respecting him, eventually he's going to start to show love towards you. And when you start loving her and loving her and loving her, eventually she's going to start respecting you. You can't not respect somebody that loves you unconditionally. It's not possible in our heart. We want to give that desire. You want in a good marriage, we all desire to have a good marriage. When the other person makes that step, when you start to make that step and you say, no matter what, no matter how I get treated, no matter what happens, I am going to show that love, I'm going to show that respect to the other person, that will transform a marriage. And listen, this is hard. And some of you might be in here saying, like, listen, that's not possible. You don't know what my husband says to me. You don't know what she does to me. You don't know what it's like living with this woman. You don't know any, like, who in the world would do something like that? That doesn't even make sense. Well, I got news for you. This mystery is profound, but I am talking about Christ and the church. Why do we do this? Why does God call us to do this? It's because Jesus loved you whenever you were unlovable. Whenever Jesus came down and died on the cross, it wasn't because you were just really lovable and he wanted to save you. No, you were dirty, you were filthy, you were broken, and he came down and loved you. And so in marriage now, we have the opportunity, we have the privilege to look at our spouse and say, I'm going to love you like Jesus loves you. I'm going to show off to this world the love of Jesus Christ in the way that I love my wife. My boys, I hope they never have to wonder what it looks like for the unconditional love of the Father because they've seen me love their mama well. And that's what we need in our marriages. That even when your husband is a jerk, you say, I'm going to still respect him because it's not about him, it's about what God has called me to do. Even when your wife doesn't deserve love, you say, I'm going to love her because it's not about her. It's because God has given me love even when I didn't deserve it either.